Today it was very bloody as more than 50 Palestinians have been reported killed in a string of military airstrikes that targeted the central part of the territory alongside with the southern areas in Rafah.
We begin tonight overseas with a race against time as rescue teams in Morocco scour the rubble in a furious search for survivors.
But with every body removed from the rubble, hope is slipping through the blistered fingers they've been digging with.
Police say children as young as 10 are carrying a deadly arsenal of weapons.
We just had the worst disaster I've ever seen. It's like an apocalypse.
The Nasser hospital in Khan Yunis has been under siege for weeks by the Israeli army. Soon after this, the lights went out. Doctors say 4 patients died because of the lack of power.
Today
Israel said that the hospital raid had led to the arrest of
tonight
20
overseas
have been reported
with a
killed
race
in a
against
string
time as
of military
rescue teams in Morocco
airstrikes that
scour the
targeted
rubble in
the
a
central
furious
part
search for
of the
survivors.
territory alongside.
It's currently 7:16 a.m. and I'm in a field. You know, it's really hard to stay hopeful nowadays. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, I could name all the freaking bad stuff that's happening in the world, but I wouldn't have time. You might be kind of, asking yourself, is the world really just in chaos? And obviously, being a Muslim, you kind of have to believe that everything's predestined, that everything happens for a reason, which I do agree with. If I didn't agree with it, then I wouldn't be Muslim. Just sometimes you get a feeling, not really like an intellectual, oh yeah, this might not be true kind of thing. The sense of hopelessness is overall just a feeling that you have. Life can be proper bleak. It can be proper bad sometimes. But I feel like that's kind of the purpose of life. We're put here to suffer. But the topics of this video kind of go into how the suffering is necessary and also meaningful. Because if the suffering wasn't meaningful, then I don't know about you, but I don't think I could have gone through anything. A thought that I've been tackling a lot recently is the idea that nobody's coming to save me. No one really cares that much. No one wakes up and says, how can I help this specific person? How can I get them out of their slump? How can I get them out of their depression, whatever? In movies and, games and that, there's always the hero coming down, flying on his whatever, coming to save the day, rescue all of the people. Everyone lives a happily ever after. They fly away into the sunset or whatever. But in real life, that it just doesn't happen. Real life is pain. Real life is suffering. People die. Hard work doesn't always pay off. You might not get the grades that you want, the job that you want. Most people are really just, selfish and out for themselves and will jump at the first opportunity to just use you for something. Real people are very, very rare. And most of the people that you call friends aren't really your friends. Now, going off that idea, you might start getting this feeling or this feeling of hopelessness, and I'm very, very, very familiar with this feeling. What's the point of living if bad stuff just keeps happening? Why is this happening across the world? Why does this never work? Why do I never do this? Why? And that's what this video is ultimately about. Answering that one question. Why? Now, you've probably heard of a guy called Nietzsche, bro, I don't know how to say his name yet. But probably one of his most famous quotes is, if a man has a why to live for, he can bear almost any how. Now, basically what it means is that if you have a reason to do something and the reason is good enough, then you're going to do it. Whatever comes up, whatever obstacle, whatever feeling, whatever. As long as you have that good reason, nothing can stop you. Let me give you a real live example of what I'm saying. I'm at a park at 7 a.m. on this big stone thing. I'm fasting. I've barely slept for like 2 hours since yesterday. And I've come out here to film this literal one part. Now, normally you would look at someone doing this and say, oh, he's probably just insane, bro. He's probably mentally not there. And, I don't disagree with you. I might be slightly mentally not there if I'm doing this stuff. But I think you have to kind of be insane to do the stuff that I want to do. The places that I want to go. The person that I want to be. There's a line between obsessed and passionate. And I think I've crossed that line into obsession. So, But yeah, back to the point. I'm out here doing this because I have a reason. I want to become successful. I want to get my family out of this dumb city. I want to help people. Like I've kind of helped myself and other people have helped me. Throughout life, you're going to hit walls. That's probably inevitable. You're going to hit walls, you're going to hit obstacles that seem impossible to get over. But the thing is, life wouldn't be life if those obstacles weren't there. Those walls weren't there. Nothing worthwhile is ever easy. Nothing that's going to improve you is going to be easy. It's all going to be hard. It's not like you're just going to wake up one day and just have 100% discipline and just be jacked. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. Let's talk about another example. If I said I was going to stab you, you probably wouldn't be very happy about it. But if I said I was going to stab you and then give you £5 million, you probably would react in a more agreeable way. That's basically what life is. Life is going to be suffering. Life is suffering. But you decide if that suffering is going to be meaningful or not. You decide if you're going to have a why. As I said before, no one's going to come save you. Your parents, our parents, aren't going to be here forever. Yeah, sure, you can sit in your room all day and live off the government, but, that's not considered living to me. You're more just existing. This, to me, is living. Challenging myself every single day. Living up to my potential is living. And one of my worst fears is not living up to my potential. Not becoming that person that I was meant to be. Once you find your reason, then there's literally nothing that can stop you. Many people live without purpose and therefore, without any hope. No hope in themselves, no hope in the future, no hope in other people, nothing. A hopeless existence is a really, really miserable one. And I know because I'm talking from experience. To cope with the pain of, not having a reason to live, all this type of media, TV shows, movies, all this stuff is just a distraction. I would say it's a bit hypocritical coming from me because I obviously do indulge in that stuff too, to a degree. But using them as a crutch to evade reality is I think it's going a bit too far. You know what I mean? Alright, let's climb this, man. What I really wanted to say in this video is that it's not over until it's over. You know what I mean? Until you're lying in your grave, there's a reason you were put here. There's a reason why I climbed this whole thing. The same reason why I'm out here when no one else is here. All you gotta do is find your reason. And that isn't just gonna come from you just lying around and waiting for it to come to you. There's a hadith along the lines of Allah does not change the condition of a people if they do not change the condition of themselves first. I'm paraphrasing, but you get the point. You're alive for a reason. What have you been put here to do? It certainly isn't to just, go around feeling sorry for yourself. And to do that, you're gonna experience fear. Like I am literally right now. I'm scared of heights. Nothing changes if you don't change. You have more control over your life than you think. Alright, while I get down, enjoy some Quran. Take care of yourself, boys. Stay hopeful.
ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب